for Taurus, Pisces is the 11th house. So like, I think we were on the hook of who we had to be in society for some reason, and we were being that in society for the society, and we knew we were. We knew that, like we were okay with it, and I think it's just come to an end. Like for me, there's like places I need to be in society because I felt bad about past relationships in society. So I worked out karma as who I was and my brand and everything, being peaceful and being spiritual, like just I think healing all that and trying to as a Taurus, this solar Taurus, but anyways, after that, it's like feeling like that weights off your back, and then like, oh, I can be whoever I want, and that's the discovery in my area. It's like, oh, I can be who I want now. Like to me, I had to like do certain jobs, and it's not that I haven't been myself, but it's been like I haven't been able to be myself because I had these things I had to finish, kind of thing, is where I was. And I'm sure the fears. I mean, over the years, fears of admitting all that stuff inside myself and going, oh yeah, that's who I am. That's cool, kind of thing. But anyways, this year too, Scorpio for us is our home family. So, whew, man, I had all the home family like fear, like childhood stuff has all come up for me, and just been this whole year of Black Lilith in Scorpio. But mostly, she says boo, and I'm like, you again? It's not, I'm not pulled back or lose energy. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the things that Taurus has had to deal with is Uranus in the high degrees. I mean, it's been in Uranus for ages, but the high degrees were, just really challenging for all of us, for all of our Taurus energy. It's like one of the shadow sides of Taurus can be sort of a laziness, right? Like a not wanting to do it, like I'm tired and I just want the goodies to come to me, and I don't want to, right? I don't want to have to work that hard. But there's been this push to say, like, not only do you need to practice working, but you need to figure out how to pull in the abundance, because that's what you're here to do. And you're also really looking at your connection to your own worthiness. And as you bring in abundance, you're realizing like, hey, I've got it handled. I can do this. But anything that was not there for all of us with our Taurus energy that thought, I don't know how to make enough money, or I, don't have the energy to do that, or I don't feel good about myself. That has all been really confrontational, where it's like, oh, I have to figure this out. And then, like you said, along with some of the other stuff with the spiritual stuff and the family stuff, like it has been one thing after another. And yet, I don't know about you, but I am definitely emerging feeling so much more solid. And, like doing that Taurus work, facing that Taurus shadow is, I think, one of the most important shadows that we can face, because we need to know how to find our ground in this life. If we're going to do anything else, we need to know how to like tap into what we're capable of. And it's been a few years of doing that.
Yeah, I think Taurus is, just like the beef industry, we're led into like, bad food and so we've been manifesting with bad ingredients, so to speak, and we had to work out those shadows there. I always knew it held back my total income, and just thinking that question knew it held back my total income, and we haven't been into income. Frankly, I mean, it's obsessed with trying to merge spirituality with income, just as like it's an experiment, kind of, And so for me, it's like I'm hearing what you're saying. I think I'm pretty proficient. My Venus is at 26 Taurus. So my hand is out at like the $1 million level. I'm like $1 million level. Like my hand's out there already, like always, but I'm where I'm at kind of thing. So for me, it's like, oh, finally I can kind of go for that other level, which, there's a lot of working out to do for that. Cause it's like the values of money was important for, but for me, it's always for investment and things I want to do. Like it's always for the things I'm going to create, but we still have to process, I think, a lot of old abundance, false beliefs. And also I think you have to have ingenuity today, because with Bitcoin and everything else, like how to earn in modern markets, like this is a burgeoning. Uranus is going through our sign. That was basically saying, hey, Taurus, you got to up everything, like increase it. And Taurus, like we already are ahead or have been. And it's like, yeah, but you're now below. Like it's time for you. So for us, we're manufacturing, we're producing. I think you're going to see now that Saturn's at the end of those degrees of Taurus. For me, it was very much about like, okay, so what are you going to really aim for? What's really worth it? Like what's really worth it? Whereas before I wanted, everything, but didn't really have my heart focused on any one thing. So any other points on shadow for Tauruses? But
Yeah, I think too, just for all of us, like getting more clear on what our values are, right? Because we have come from time in the, early 2000s where there was more money And of course, there's been some market crashes along the way, but it was like, oh, I want to buy this. I want to look good. I want to have keep up with the Joneses. But what I'm seeing with clients and with myself too is that it's like, oh, none of that really matters. Like what really matters is that there is a stronger spiritual connection, or it really matters is that I have the confidence to know like I can create whatever I want. And so it's a little bit more of a sort of a deep dive into like what is really valuable. Like, is that Gucci bag valuable? No, who cares? Okay, great. So,
but other products have like taken off too. I think, it's not just Gucci products. It's not just the Gucci, whatever. It's the whole concept, the idea, the vibe. Like that vibe is just not around. Like we don't value that vibe anymore. I think and that's what it is. Like you value it or you don't value it. I mean, Taurus has in their house a career Aquarius. And so Tauruses are here to make a living at Aquarius. They're here to make a living at vibes and buying and selling vibes. And conscious real estate is huge. Like a domain can be worth so much. It's just a conscious in the mind, really. People load it up the pages, but the whole world's in their mind. It's like a book that's interactive. So Tauruses, I think, are going to have to invent like the new markets, and they have a lot ahead of them. And I think the shadow was that you owed the world something, and you don't. Do whatever you want. Have your heart, let your heart sing. Because right now you can be a white bull. You can be that bull that like pulls something off. Henry Kaiser comes to mind. Uranus and Taurus. Henry Kaiser. He built all these ships for for World War II, and then after that, he had all these hospitals left. He made Kaiser Permanente. So he's like a Taurus is just like I'm going to provide ships, and now I'm going to provide medicine, like something valuable, raising the value, making money, doing it fast, a different way. When Uranus was in Gemini last time, and also in Taurus last time.
Yeah. I think for all the Tauruses out there, just that whole recognition of just being such a powerhouse sign. But we've had to like reconnect with like, oh, right, there is power here. We do have a lot of capability within this sign. We just had to remember and kind of rediscover like where's the capability for me within myself? What am I bringing to the world?
Yeah, and a Henry Ford spirit, who is also Taurus, it's just like we need to reinvent how we do this, because the way we've done it is the way that is now a waste. And so Tauruses are the industrialists. They're like, we can manufacture, make this faster, this way, and create value where there's never been value before. Like now, this is valuable. Like and Tauruses will own that conscious real estate or manage it in those ways. Yeah, it's fascinating. And with AI, that also blows the lid off it, because Uranus for Taurus is now in the house of money. So with Gemini, like Tauruses are going to be rethinking how they make money. And at the same time, you have the advent of AI coming on board at the same time. So we just kind of got like 3 for our money, 3 for a dollar, with Uranus in the second. Like we're going to be running with AI along with it at the same time that we could receive it.